Hey, what's going on? We're live. We are live. We are alive. We are not dead. Hopefully. Let me know if somebody is going to show up. And if that's the case, write me a comment so that I know that you exist. Thank you. Also, yeah, I'm streaming from a new laptop, new platform, new everything. So it's a short not short live stream, but I scheduled it very shortly, like earlier today. I'm a bit dizzy, not dizzy, but I'm a bit tired. It's almost between 5:10, so I have three more hours to go to break my fast in Ramadan. This is my 5th day. I guess some of you guys are doing the same. If you are a Muslim, so we're in this together. It's very difficult for me. I'm gonna be honest. It's not easy. I'm very tired. I got a terrible headaches. So I wasn't really this week posting on YouTube a lot, and I had some crisis also going on. But yeah, I'm very happy to be here. First of all, let me know where are you from, who's watching, and yeah, let's just get together. Today, I want to talk about finding your passion or finding your sort of goal or purpose, if you want to call it, in this life, in this world, in this dunya. And this is, you don't have to be Muslim to watch this. It's for everybody. So let me know, first of all, before we go into that. I want some people to show up, so I know some people are watching. So write me a comment if you can hear and see me. That would be great. And maybe let me know, where are you from, what country, what's the time there, are you doing Ramadan? If you're doing Ramadan, did you already break your iftar, or are you still in fasting? What's that experience like for you? Because I guess if you're a born Muslim, it's different than somebody like me. Hey, salam alaikum, Saif, Pakistan. So I guess you guys have already done your Ramadan for today, right? Watching from Tanzania. Tanzania, that's awesome, Ali. What's the time over there? Are you doing Ramadan? Awesome. Hi, Ann, I can hear and see you. Thanks, MDD. Great name. So yeah, thank you guys for writing these comments. We did iftar. That's great. That's great. I'm still waiting. I'm not really hungry. Salam alaikum from Germany, Rahat. I'm not really hungry. I ate a huge breakfast actually today. I had like beans and tortilla wraps, cheese, and yeah, it was pretty extensive at 4 a.m. But I'm more, the water is killing me. Like, not drinking water. Everybody in my family is kind of weirded out from this. That I can't even drink water. So that's the hardest part. 6:15 p.m. in Tanzania. What's up? You're 1 hour ahead after me. Yeah, it's 5:15 here. So you're gonna be sooner breaking your fast. That's awesome. But anyways, thank you guys for sharing these comments. And yeah, let's talk about this. I mean, how do you find your passion? That's the topic that I'm talking about, because I'm talking about topics that I'm going through. I don't know what was your week like, but this week was pretty big for me. I had a ton of life changes that happened to me. I closed a big deal for a company that I work for. And also Ramadan, huge change, right? So a lot of things happened this week. And I was kind of trying to figure out, what am I doing with my life here in terms of fulfilling what I really want to do. Like, do I really want to do the job I'm doing? Do I really want to spend time doing YouTube videos, or what am I really doing, and why am I doing it, right? Like, why am I doing the YouTube videos? Is it for my ego? Is it for something else? Like, just trying to figure out, what actually am I doing. And I guess all of us are in the same kind of process, right? Everybody, like, if you're a student, you're doing something. If you're working somewhere, you have a different experience. So how do we then find the passion? What do I mean by passion? Well, how do we find something that we enjoy to do, Yeah, just that simple. How do you find something that you enjoy to do that can potentially turn to be your kind of life's mission? Think of it as, I don't know, boxing for Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, or singing for somebody else. But many people, like in my case, we don't have this obvious talent. We never uncovered this talent, right? I'm 30 years old almost, so I can't really, go through that process again. I have to find something different. So how do you go about this? How do you balance this? Because I always thought when I was growing up that, oh, I'm gonna do great things in my life or something. And I mean, I'm doing great, but it's like I don't know if you guys grow up with this general assumption that you'll be like great, and then you get to the age of like 30 and you realize like you're basically like pretty average, like pretty normal human being. So how do you guys go about finding your passion? And let's leave Islam out of the question now. I know what our purpose is in this life, but how do you find your passion here? What do you like to do? How did you discover it? Tell me, because I want to know, because I need to find it as well, and I want to know how to go about it as well. If you're older, then that would be actually more beneficial if you could share maybe something you learned or something you found about yourself when you were 40, 50, 60, 30, anything. It would be great, because I think we're all struggling with this, and sometimes we find something that's like, I never had that moment that people describe like, oh, I just looked at this boxing and I knew I'm going to become a boxer, or I knew I'm going to become a singer. I never had this. I always were jumping around from thing to thing, and I'm surviving. I'm surviving out here. I have a very great job. I am an entrepreneur and all this, but sometimes I think like, am I supposed to do something else, in terms of like, should I climb the mountains, or should I do something else? Because you never know. So I see some comments. You get used to it. Yes. May Allah increase your knowledge so that we can benefit from you. Well, yeah, I mean, I pray for that as well, but I don't think it's my place to really give any knowledge to you guys. You guys are much more knowledgeable than I am, and that's without a question. So I don't think it's my place to even discuss an opinion about anything in Islam. And yeah, I just need to increase my knowledge, definitely, because I still don't know a lot of things. And so yeah, I don't know if you guys will benefit from me in that sense, but yeah, thank you, Ali. MDD is saying, I'm 29 and I'm an architect, but I already don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life. Really, it's frustrating. Yeah, that's crazy. Are you an architect in terms of just studying architecture, or are you a full-time architect working and doing projects and stuff like that? I know a few friends who are building bridges and houses and who are architects, and they were studying for it for their whole life. So I know kind of something about it. You're 29. Yeah, I'm 29. That's like the craziest age, right? And yeah. So why did you choose to become an architect, right? Because that's something you had to study, I guess. So were you forced by your parents, or did you think it's going to be something different? Did you envision it differently and then you started working and you realized like, oh, this is actually not what I thought it is? Because a lot of things in my mind were like that, where I thought like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do this or that, how to learn sales, or how to start a company. I'm going to have a company and it's going to make this much money, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to learn marketing. And then you kind of learn it and it's kind of empty. It's kind of like, okay, this is it. Like, I thought it's going to be more exciting. Like, so I guess a lot of people in terms of art and creative have a better advantage, because they can pull their, I don't know, emotions into painting or whatever they try to do. Some people do music, some people do films, some people write poetry. There's so many things people can do to express themselves somehow, and some people get paid for it, which is even crazier. Like, that's the golden ticket you hit. And some people they do it through sports. So what do you think? How do you go about this? Because I don't think these two avenues are open to most people. Most people just kind of get a job, not get a job. They get an education. They start to go to university, enroll in something they think is going to be good, like lawyer, doctor, architect, or something like me, international relations, politics. And they do the degree, and then they are like, okay, what do I do now? And they go work for like a corporation and to do 9 to 5 or like a startup or something, and they realize they're like nothing, and it's making them depressed. So yeah, it would be great to hear some of your stories, guys, because I've been struggling with this for forever. I mean, this is something everybody's struggling with. Salam alaikum, Said. How's Ramadan going? How's your experience? Ramadan's going very, very good, but it's very difficult for me. Obviously, I've never done it, so the water fast is terrible. I mean, this is like killing me, but hopefully, I'm gonna stick and I'm gonna be able to withhold the desire to drink. And I am able to do it. I was actually working out like 2 days ago. Um, I'm making a compilation, also a video where I wake up at 4 a.m. and I'm making a video that at the end of Ramadan I'm gonna post. But yeah, waking up at 4 is not a problem because I'm already used to waking up for Fajr and then going to sleep. But the water is killing me. Headaches. Uh, yeah, so that's something I'm struggling with. And just like, yeah, I can't work out. My schedule is all messed up. I can't eat. So like the whole 5 days now have been like really bad for me because nothing is as it used to be. I can't put my energy in the workouts. So I'm kind of like, you know, questioning a lot of things, but it's going well. Alhamdulillah. Rahat is saying, I'm 30, working for an asset management firm. I always had a plan, struggle to get a good pay job, find a wife, start a family, buy a house. Now my passion comes from my 2 babies. That's awesome, Rahat. I mean, congrats, you've made it. That's really like you're 1 year older than me, and you're doing what I want to do. Always had a plan, struggle to get a good pay job. Yeah, start a family, buy a house. That's like an American dream you have going on there. I mean, that's a good plan, right? That's a good plan. Your passion comes from 2 babies. I don't have any kids, so I guess it's gonna change when I have kids, right? I realize that. I want to get married soon for sure as well, and then probably hit the family business and start making some babies and buying houses as well. But for now, I'm still just questioning my own kind of psychology and questioning what I truly, not what I believe, because I know what I believe, but what I'm truly destined to do in this dunya, in this world, right? And I guess a lot of everybody's doing that. Like asset management companies, that's great. I mean, I know a few of them. And also like, some people think like, oh, you have a marketing agency, or you have this, or you work for a software development company, or you're part of, and it's like, but those things are not really that great. Like they sound great on paper or on LinkedIn or other places where people look up to you, but in reality it's not that great. I live in my email inbox most of the time. That's the reality of my job. And yeah, it pays well, but what then? What then? Like it just sometimes I feel like those 8 hours or 7 hours a day I'm spending at work can be spent on something that I'm enjoying more. And I'm not saying it has to be something grandiose, but sometimes I get these illusions of doing something grand, like really high value, like say creating an NGO that would save all the migrants or something. And then I realized like this is way over the top and people have already tried it. And the best thing you can do, Jan, is to just give money in charity to those people who are doing it. Why are you coming up with your own things? Like this is going against logic because of my ego, because I want to be part of something greater, right? And it's all the same thing. So inshallah. Mashallah, more the struggle, more is the rewards. Thank you. Thank you. That's definitely something I'm looking forward to. Sad thing is that many people don't even realize what their talent is and are unable to reach their potential. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, what is your talent, right? What is my talent? I don't know. I still don't know. Like, is talent just being able to do something effortlessly that some people perceive as difficult? Is that talent? That's how maybe we would define a talent. And I guess in some sense, everybody's talented or inclined towards one thing or another. But to become really super, um, not prestige, how would I call this? To become really super narrow in one field and become the top of that field, whatever it is, medicine, science, football, that like requires a different level of game. And I always had these crazy thoughts that I'm going to become one of these people, and it's making me kind of sad that it's probably not going to happen. But anyways, it's just a crazy brain doing its tricks. But I'm pretty sure I have a lot of talents that I don't really even realize, but it's just a deep self-reflection, right? That I'm doing here. But yeah, I mean, it's sad that many people don't even get a chance to do anything. So I agree with you. How about 4 wives, Jan? Well, I don't think that's gonna happen for me, because I think you need to be in a place to support them and everything. Plus, it is pretty much, I think, not possible here in the Czech Republic. Maybe somewhere else, but I don't plan to move out. I plan to live here, not here, but here in Slovakia or Czech Republic. So just one wife for me, it's gonna be good. But even getting that one is a challenge. But I don't want to go into that because that's a whole another topic. MDD, exactly. I thought it was great studying architecture, combination between art and techniques. But when I finished studies, I started working from 8 to 16, so 9 to 5, and it's not at all what I had imagined. Ooh, yeah. It led me to think on existential question. Yeah, that's very similar. That's very similar to a lot of people, because you study something thinking that it's gonna be something great. Like, I know a lot of designers who study design and they're like have these grandiose projects in mind or something, and then we hired them at the agency where I used to work, and they just had to create these designs for companies who are going bankrupt, or like these designs who are never gonna do anything. Nobody's gonna see them, but it's just the work they have to do. They're gonna get paid for it, but it has no meaning. And they were like, creating them, but like it's really making them depressing. So there's a lot of things, that the real world is operating differently. And yeah, I guess we have to all realize that. But yeah, let me know, guys, if you have a passion. It can be a hobby. It doesn't have to be something as a work. It can be just a hobby. Let me know what is that in the chat. Like, what do you enjoy to do? And yeah, that would be great. We can then compare our hobbies and see if we have anything in common. That would be awesome. Is talent natural or it can be acquired? No, I think talent has to be natural, right? Because you can acquire a skill. Like, you can acquire a skill, but to acquire a talent is very difficult. And I realized this when I was hiring people in my company. Like, when I wanted to hire somebody who's good at sales and they had great technical knowledge, that's not usually a great fit. It's better to hire someone who doesn't know anything, but they have great people skills. So it's something natural, I guess. Like, I can learn programming. I can learn how to program in JavaScript or in some language, computer programming language. It will take me longer than an average person because I don't usually use that part of my brain. I'm more engaging with people and doing like in people relations. That's my skill, but I can learn it and I could acquire that skill set, but it would be pointless because I could never become great at JavaScript because it's not something I'm passionate about. I hate coding. I hate spending time in front of the computer. So why would I do it? Some people love it. Some people are very introverted and just like to spend time on building things, and they get excited when they create something from scratch, like a code or an app. I get zero excitement from that. I don't know where the excitement is coming from. My excitement is when a client says, hey, I'm ready to roll with you, send me a contract, and we negotiate a price. That's my excitement. But I guess I'm more inclined in towards business kind of transactions. Some people more inclined towards coding, some people design, some people architecture. Everybody's different. But yeah, I think talent is definitely natural thing. But I see the positive things. It lets you think deeply. Yeah, there's a lot of positive things everywhere around you. Just you existing. If you have Islam, you're fine. You're fine. You always have a GPS in life. Whenever you feel lost, GPS, Jannah. What do I have to do? Path, follow. Easy. Not easy, but we know what to do. But in terms of this world, um, sometimes we get caught up and we get enslaved by different things at work and things like that. So some people prefer to focus on family, which I don't have. So I have to focus on my things here, and that kind of sometimes make me sad or depressed. All right, we have some hobbies in the game: fishing and spear fishing. What's the difference there? Spear fishing? You're taking a spear and fishing? Really? That's crazy. AW. But fishing, yeah. I used to fish when I was a kid, like when I was 10 or 11, I used to fish, but I don't really fish anymore. Yeah. Great hobby though. Great hobby. I'm usually not a big fishing guy. My passion keeps on changing. It went from poetry, art, photography. Now I'm inclining to video editing. It's awesome. I really like what I really dislike in my life. The only thing I really don't like is video editing. Please, Allah save me from it, because video editing is something that I really hate, and I would pay someone to do it. It just takes too much time, and I would have to overpay them. But I really don't enjoy video editing. I'm a creative person in some sense, where I like to create content for different topics and do different kind of videos, shoot them, talk to camera and do this. But when I have to edit the videos, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like it. So sorry for that, but that's just my thing. Poetry, art, photography. That's great. It's awesome. I'm thinking poetry. I wasn't really big on poetry. Mine get to do more with with just physical sports usually. That's my kind of things. My biggest dream was always to get power over the whole world and establish absolute peace and equal rights. Dang, Rahat, what happened? Did you achieve that, or why did you let go of that dream? Why are you saying that it was your dream and it's not your dream? Is that something that you wanted to do and then you realized it's like not possible, or it's too much? Let us know. I would love to hear that, because I had similar dreams when I was a kid, like help the entire world to do something, and then you realize like you can't even help people inside my own company. I can't even get them to do what I want to do. Or inside some small group of people, we can't even organize without getting dissolved. So then you realize like, okay, organizing the entire planet behind one thing and bringing them peace or something is not, it's more of a dream. But I think these big dreams, they have to be part of us somehow. But yeah, very difficult to pull off. And then you kind of get brought to reality, like, okay, you just do this, you just do architect, you are asset manager, you are a marketer, and you just kind of have to roll within the society. But hey, maybe someday we'll still be able to achieve some other things beyond the career or our families. You never know. We are still young, man. Assalamu alaikum, Mohammed. How's it going? So yeah, that's something I'm always struggling with, because sometimes I'm on a good roll for a couple of days and I feel great. And then, like, especially with Ramadan, because I'm changing my habits, eating differently, sleeping differently, and fasting. Plus, I can't work out that much. That kind of brings me down a lot, because I'm used to getting my energy out there and doing a lot of things. But yeah, this one really gets me down. So I just have to struggle with it, and then I kind of think through different ideas I used to have before I was a Muslim that I wanted to achieve. And I get lost in those ideas oftentimes. And a lot of them are pulling me in different directions, and I think a lot of you can relate to that as well. When you have too much ideas, and then you focus on something for a few weeks or months, and then you realize, oh, I shouldn't do that, or it would be just easier if I talk to this person and they would just tell me that this isn't possible. Why was I spending this much time here? Because of my ego, because I'm too uh, of a selfish man to ask for help. Like, it's so simple, right? So I agree with that. Shiraz, assalamu alaikum, and how Ramadans are going on. That's a great phrasing. How Ramadans are going on. Well, yeah, it's, as I mentioned, it's good. It's doable, but difficult for me, but doable. It's my first time. I'm trying to do Tarawih in the mosque. I only was able to do it once because I was sick 2 days ago, so I didn't want to go. I was really sick. Almost had I had to take some medicine. So I didn't want to go to the mosque and, stand next to people, because during Ramadan there's hundreds of people there, and I don't want to, get COVID or give them COVID or something. But I think today I'll go. I'll go and pray, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see. My biggest dream always. Oh, that's something we already discussed. No, unfortunately, yeah, it's way too much to do. That's why I just stay with small good deeds, like donate regularly. Yeah, that's sometimes we get over the top, right, with our desires. Like, sometimes we think we can do a lot, and it's possible because we saw people in history do that, but we have to sometimes realize, like, there's ways we can help this society or the world. And in the grand scheme of things, when we know the reality of this world, that, let's say, for people who are Muslims, they know we will be held accountable on the day of judgment. Each of those good deeds will be good. Like, they don't have to be grandiose. You don't have to help a billion people. Like, even if you help Uyghurs, the Chinese, the Muslims who are being in the working camps, even if you help donate to them, by the way, go donate to Uyghurs if you didn't. That's gonna help them in some shape or form. We don't even know how, but it's gonna help them. So every good deed is good, and I think this comes from shaitan or something like that. That all these grand ideas we have to do, and then you feel less, or you feel not. You feel like you betrayed your own ambition as a child or as a young man, because you now feel like, oh, well, I wanted to be this man, but now I'm stuck in this job, and I'm here, and it doesn't seem I can get out of this. And yeah, I guess that's life, right? But we shouldn't belittle any good deed that we do. And at the end of the day, we know that anything we do in this world will be held accountable for. So do good deeds. That's the main thing. Establish deen in your life, and the rest will figure itself out. I mean, everything that I wanted since I well, I know, not since, but like 4 months ago, since I started praying and almost became a Muslim and then did my Shahada. Everything I asked for in my du'as or in my prayers to Allah, everything came true. Everything. And these were like really big asks, like help me close these, not close these deals like businesses, but I was like praying that I'm fulfilling this thing that I signed up for, or in business, in my relationships, in all these things. I was praying to guide me and to help me, and everything ticked off. Every one of my goals was ticked off. So now I'm trying to pray even more, because I know it's valuable in Ramadan. But yeah, I agree with you, but don't worry, be happy. Sup, salam alaikum, y'all. Plank, hey Plank, what's up? I don't really know if I have a passion or not. I feel like my whole has been on hold for the past 5 years. What do you mean your whole? Like your being, you as a person, has been on hold, on pause for the past 5 years? Do you think that happens with age? Do you think that as people get older, let's say if you're in your early 20s, like you're 20, 21, you're more ambitious, you're like excited, by getting this job or getting this promotion. And then you get to like 30 and you're like, oh, well, this doesn't seem that great anymore. Let's establish a family. And you kind of focus on the family. And in your 40s and 50s, and kind of you kind of go through life like that. Do you think that's normal? Or do you think that age doesn't really play into that? What do you guys think? Do you think that people lose their goals or their passion with age? That's, I guess, my question. My passions keep on changing. Initially start with public accounting firm, then EPR consulting, now turn to forensic and data analyst position. Okay, so you're talking about your job, I guess, more. So is that your passion as well, your job? Because sometimes your job is not your passion, right? Like for me, my job is good. I'm good at it. I can do it. I can teach it. I can help people do it, but it's not my passion. I don't dream about it. I don't really focus on it that much. So yeah, but definitely the passion keeps changing. I agree with that. Public accounting firm, great. Don't you think if a passion is not based on sincerity and goodness, it terminates into inertia too easily? I don't know. There's a lot of people who are passionate about bad things and they were successful in them. So I'm not sure about that. I don't think you need to really focus on any morality when you're looking at your passion, because there are like serial killers who are really passionate about them killing and they are working. So I don't know, but maybe that's just my idea. Maybe I'm just too, my head hurts too much from Ramadan, from not drinking water my whole life. Got it. Rahat, it's more like I understand my position in this world now and do what God gave me in my capacity. Who knows what my capacities are tomorrow, next year, or in 30 years. It's a great way to put it. Hey, that's a great way, and I agree with you. I hope to be where you are one day, with the kids and family and everything. So just keep on living, doing good deeds, and provide for my family until I ultimately return to the Creator. That's great. That's a great way to do it, guys. I agree with that. I agree with that. What do you then think about people who kind of like are too obsessed with like success? Let's say success in this world. So they want to be the best at, I don't know, make $1 billion and be the next Jeff Bezos or the next Michael Jordan of basketball or something like that. What do you think of those people? Do they get lost in their identity or their ego? Because I've heard Mike Tyson talk about this a lot, where he was the champion of the world, the youngest heavyweight in boxing, and he was kind of empty. And his whole life was this goal, like just achieving this would be the pinnacle of success. And then it kind of wasn't. But without that crazy mindset, he wouldn't be able to do it. So do you think people actually need this sort of mindset to get to these crazy levels of like being the biggest billionaire in the world and being Mike Tyson? Do you think those people who achieve those levels, they have to kind of sacrifice everybody else and just focus on their goal? Because otherwise it's not possible, right? So I guess, yeah, that's something I struggle with as well, to kind of understand the psychology. Like if they want to be the best in the world, they have to sacrifice everything. And even there, sometimes hereafter, I don't know, people get too obsessed with this world, I guess. Sam is in the house. Honestly, in life, you'll never feel completely satisfied, no matter if you have what you want or not. Shaitan keeps messing your mind and heart regarding your future. Hey, that's great. That's great. Great way to put it too. I agree. Like, how can you even like think that you'll be satisfied? Like, what? Humans were designed to not be satisfied. But then there's this polar opposite. There's this like people who are like super achievers, like let's say Mike Tyson or Jeff Bezos or somebody like that. And then you have people who live like very simple lives in like forest or in like some poor village, and they just focus on the relationship with God and maybe, you know, some food or something, but they don't really get obsessed about anything. They even look down upon ego or anything. And you need ego to achieve these levels, but here you don't need it, and you just kind of live a happy, normal, poor life, but happy. And maybe these people at the end of the day will be more successful on the day of judgment. And so how do we go about this? Because success in this world looks differently. Success in this world looks like it's not gonna be success actually on the day of judgment. Am I just thinking out loud, or do you guys agree with me? Let me know. Success comes when we don't expect it. Yeah, I agree with that. It's fine if you want to be the best at something, insofar as your main goal is to help the Ummah, serve people, and do something good. Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess we're always balancing. Like, nobody knows actually what to say about this. Like, some people say you just have to focus on success. Some people like keep balancing, and some people say no, forget about it. It's all about it's all about Jannah, and don't even focus on this world, and just just focus on your deen. And sometimes it's hard to balance all these things. It's hard to balance it out. Doing it just for the sake of wanting to be the best is not sustainable. Real should not be an end in itself. That's logical, and I understand that. But your mind keeps tricking you that you can do it all the time. It's not your mind, it's a shaitan, I guess. Super rich to homeless to super rich again. I'm talking about Mike Tyson. Yeah? Well, homeless, he was never homeless, but he was bankrupt. Yeah, I agree. But we still praise him for what he did in the ring. So that's kind of the sick thing, that we still kind of value that person he used to be, even if he tells us he's not like that anymore. These are some deep questions, guys. With Islam, you find peace for your body, mind, and soul. Definitely. I mean, this helped me. Like, if I didn't have Islam, I can't think, oh my God, if I was still like an atheist and just going through my crazy mind, like doing with these thoughts, it would be a problem. It would be a problem. And then if you realize, like, as an atheist, I'm not here to bash on them, really. Like, I know I made a video about like attacking atheism, but I was an atheist, and most of them are good people. But if you like really think it through, and you get to the point where, oh my God, there's nothing matters, like I'm just molecules or atoms, and I'm gonna die. Why am I even trying to close these deals or do these things, or get this promotion here? Like, it's all nothing in the end of the day. And then you kind of feel so depressed from that thought, that even then, thinking about your success in this world, let's say you don't have any hereafter, but just the success and passion here, it kind of gets put on the second line. Like, what's the point of having a passion if I'm gonna die and be nothing? So I agree with you, Rahat. Islam is something people should, all of people should have in their life, but many people chose different paths. And I just think it's, I was not fighting, but I had a call with my grandma today about Ramadan. I told her, like, I'm fasting, I'm not drinking water. And she said, like, what? You're not drinking water? That's crazy. You shouldn't listen to them. Like, don't be fundamental with the religion. Like, every religion was made up by a human being. Every book was made up by a human being. And I was like, well, grandma, who's the author of the Quran? Can you tell me? It's a human being. Because she's used to Bible, right? And it's so hard to explain, like, well, technically Quran doesn't have an author. It's coming directly from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through angel Gabriel to Muhammad, peace be upon him. And we can prove it to you. We just need a couple of hours to go through it. But it's like such a, and then, trying to explain, because many people, like, all of my family ask me, like, can't you just drink water? What's gonna happen? I'm like, yeah, I can, but like, that's not like what I'm supposed to do. And they were like, can't you just do it? Like, who's gonna see? Like, so they can't comprehend the idea, because as a Christian, we didn't have this. They can't comprehend the idea that there's no mistake in this religion. Nothing is like coincidental. Like, you don't have to do Ramadan, but you should. And if you can, you are obliged to do it. And I want to do it. Like some women want to wear a hijab. It's not like they have to. That's how you get closer to your God. And they can't wrap their head around it because for them God is something like a nice concept, but Bible is made up, everything is made up, people wrote it. So they can't comprehend that no, this is actually like Islam is a bit different, that it's not made up by a human being, and it's pretty straightforward, and the rules are there to make sense. So yeah, that was a slight different thought than what we're discussing. You're right, in a way, a level of illusion has to be maintained to let the worldly passion last for long. Contented people love anonymity. Yeah. So I guess I'm not contented because I'm public, right, on YouTube. Well, yes, I was at that point too in the past, trying to achieve more and more. This was when I wasn't really living like you should from the Islamic perspective. When I really realized it, I found satisfaction. Sounds like a plan. That's true. I guess there's a fine line. Right? Because, like, for example, Muhammad Ali is a legend and he's a Muslim and he was a great promoter of Islam, but he's also like achieved a great amount of things outside of Islam, in sports and in different things. But anyways, that's something we're doing. All right. There's a hadith which said that when dogs are fighting for some bones, the lion just passes and don't care about. Don't lose our time with some of these empty goals. How do you live your life without goals then? Let me know. Being the best in this world does not contradict with Iman. You need to keep your Iman high and not compromise. Success is a test to see if you thank Allah in failure. Yeah, like Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? He's the best UFC fighter and he's still a great Muslim. Possible, very difficult, because you get pulled to this dunya then. Wow, a nihilistic grandma, rare thing. Yeah, nihilistic grandma. She's not nihilistic at all. She just says, like, if there's a God, he's gonna be okay with me. She's like that. She says, like, oh, if there's a God, like, it's fine. I believe in him. She's like agnostic, but also realizing there's a God, there's a universe. But she just doesn't want to go further than that. She doesn't believe anything. She doesn't believe that Quran was. She doesn't believe Bible. She doesn't believe anyone. She just says, yes, there's something bigger than ourselves, and when I'm gonna meet it, then we'll see. So I can't really talk to her about anything, but she's cool. What a nihilistic grandma. The idea of being God conscious. Plank fasted during a football match, and some guy told me this exact same thing. Can you just hide and drink? No one will see it. I told him that God can see it. And then, so if you say this, like, well, Allah can see what I'm doing all the time. And then, because they think it's something like compulsory, like people are watching us, like there are priests and they're watching your behavior on Ramadan. And it's hard to explain, like, no, I truly believe Allah exists and he's watching everything I'm doing, and I'm going to be accountable for every action. And so I don't have to drink, or I can drink, but he's going to see it and he's going to ask me why I was doing that. And then they will be like, well, how do you know that? And we have to establish first principles, which is a difficult discussion. But yeah, people don't get it. Once I'm passionate with my study and try to change something in the field I'm studying, but we plan and Allah planned for us as well. So I keep on positive thinking. I'm thankful for what I'm doing now. Yeah, that's how we should all be doing, I guess. I guess this is true. Sometimes we tend to overthink. We tend to just stay in our heads, and something like just going out, buying a meal for someone, or just getting your head outside of your own head and just helping somebody else is gonna help you see that your problems or your mental health issues you're dealing with, nothing. Forget about it. You can just do whatever you were thinking about, and you just keep going and don't get away from the straight path, and you're there. And yeah, as I was saying in the beginning, I don't really want to make more content about specific topics in Islam because I don't feel qualified to do it. And I'm gonna have a video coming up tomorrow about this. But I want to focus on doing videos about just issues in general so that other people can see it as well. And as I said, like I have this great podcast lined up with the Haley from the National Center for Sexual Exploitation about Pornhub and the ban there. So that's going to be amazing. And we had to reschedule a couple of times also with Daniel, Muslim Skeptic, is in hospital. So what I want to do whenever I discuss anything like Islamic, I want to invite somebody who knows more than me and who is like more knowledgeable, because I just know the basic, guys. I'm not here to tell you anything. I just know Allah exists. I just know how to pray, and that's all. Like, I'm not here to debate hadiths or to do anything like that. And I'm not that smart as well. So I can't claim that I can be like, doing kalam cosmological arguments or doing that, because I don't know. I just don't feel like that's my place. So expect more content from me, but it's gonna be a bit maybe different. I don't know. Ramadan Mubarak. I don't understand this deism thing, believing in God creator but not in guidance. So when humans put manuals into packages of basic devices, you expect less from God. Yeah, Rahat, I mean that's great, but that's, you're talking to somebody who's almost 90 years old, not somebody who's willing to change their mind. And someone who there's a lot of baggage. It's not like I can just do this logical argument and you're there. It's not like that. Yeah. So it's a bit different. Is Prague the capital of Slovakia? No, black male. Prague is the capital of the Czech Republic. Slovakia capital is Bratislava, the most ugliest city in the world. No, it's fine, but I don't like it. Watch what Ted Bundy, the serial killer, said about the correlation between pornography and people he met in prison. Quite mind-blowing. All right. Interesting. One of the first principles as mentioned in the Quran, spend from what we have given you, which involves one energy, wealth, health, talent in the ways of Allah. Yeah. Every time you spend, you shouldn't look at it like you just lost $50, but you should look at it as like, I'm just preparing for Day of Judgment. So guys, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm really getting tired and headachy right now. So it's 6 p.m. 2 more hours to iftar. I'm gonna break my fast and go pray Tarawih in the mosque. Maybe, hopefully, I'm gonna make it. It's very, very cold here. It's snowing outside sometimes. So I'm gonna do that, and then I wish you a great Ramadan. Hopefully, the rest of Ramadan is gonna be fine for me, and then we'll meet next week. And yeah, just be patient. I'm not gonna be posting a lot of videos, but hopefully I'll create some interesting ones for you guys. Thank you for watching this live stream, and Ramadan Mubarak, I guess, and Assalamu alaikum, I guess. Take care, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.